Headed out to the field for the last time for the 2020 wheat harvest. Our journey started on June 5th with the first trip to Medicine Lodge. Then we went to Chase, Kansas. Cut at Chase. Missed out on our Garden City this year. Went home for 10 days.
So I've been saying.
After that, we made our way to Montana and we've been there ever since. Today is August 26th, I believe. And once again, this has been a challenging year for us as far as trying to keep the header in the grain. But once we got to Montana, we've been here 19 days. We've cut 18 of them. So we've been busy.
You're leaving out Hardin.
Oh yeah, I did forget about Hardin, didn't I? How many days were we at Hardin? A couple weeks?
Something like that.
It's always difficult for me to be done. I know Jim's ready to be done. We had a little bit of rain last night, so we've got a later start than we typically do in the mornings. But as dry as everything is, I'm sure it soaked up what little bit of rain came down out of the sky last night. Dust is settled though, isn't it?
Right through here, theoretically, according to radar, we would have had a 3/4 of an inch, but there ain't been no 3/4 of an inch here.
Well, on the positive point, we never really had many major breakdowns of any kind. A couple of little minor things. Let's see, we can recall what we cut as far as bushels. Medicine Lodge was 25 or 35. Yeah, I can't remember either. It seems like it was like 35. Oh, look, there's a water puddle. Bet the birds are loving that. From Medicine Lodge, then we go to Chase, and Chase had a pretty good crop this year. 50, right? I believe is what it was. And from Chase, then we went to Hardin, and with not having any history of what Hardin typically is, we don't know, but they had a good crop. Although I don't remember what it was. 50? Or 55?
You were in the ballpark.
I know I saw some big numbers, but I don't know what the end result was. And up here at Jordan, it just kind of depends on the area that we were cutting at, how we did. I hope Ryan ends up with at least a 20-25 bushel crop. That one field though really brought the numbers down. What do we have ahead of us? We have, when we finish here today, we'll have cleanup, of course. And while we're here, Jim always takes the time to really do a lot of truck maintenance that wasn't done during the summertime. We try to clean things up as thoroughly as we can, because once we get home, it just seems more difficult to do once we get back into real life. And we have fall crops to look forward to, soybeans and corn. And usually we're busy doing that till about Thanksgiving. Maybe it'll be sooner this year if it's dry. So that's what lies ahead of us. Yesterday I mentioned about the irrigation that was tried out here. quite a few years ago. And the gentleman that did all the work also went to all the work of actually putting a pivot on this piece of ground. There she sits. I'm going to try to soak up today as much as I can, knowing it's the last one. These videos will be great fun to watch again during the winter time. Relive my favorite place in the world. And deal through the feelings of knowing it's the last day that I'll be driving that old girl there till next summer, hopefully. You see, in the fall, Jim and the combine head off for one farmer in our area, and I drive combine for another farmer in our area. So we are still involved in harvest, but separate worlds. Well, the last climb up the ladder to the old girl. She's treated me well. It becomes home because this is where I spend most of my day, of course. So fingers crossed that we get her whipped out and move forward with what's next. Final dump for the 2020 harvest season. It's definitely been one for the books, one that will be looked on like one challenge after another. And all we can do is say next year. Hopefully next year will be better. Ryan and Randy's dog followed the combine from the one field that I just left. What a great dog. He's still up there. He didn't want to be left in the field by himself. Here you go, Ryan. Is this what you're looking for?
No, the pin.
Oh, did you drop it? Ciao, Elijah.
Do his thing, okay?
Okay.
Because otherwise it'd be wrong. Finally getting your fan shots.
Yeah. I can't count on you to do it.
You always had other things to think about.
Good thing I worked it out just perfectly.
Yeah.
What's left?
It's the 80 bushel.
Oh.
Oh, they didn't bring my box of receipts.
It doesn't matter, just one. Shit has to be
Let's see.
8, 9, 10.
7, 4, 7. That should be at least, Sterling took 3. He took at least 3 or 4.
He took a couple out there. And then he was the first one to draw out of here.
so he's
And
probably
then there was he might even have 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe.
Did he load? I don't think he loaded 3 times. Maybe once.
I only loaded one. Well, at least twice. Because he was the first one you loaded when we stuck the blue auger in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotta finish getting about 60 bushel off of Pete. So they gotta back the auger into the Quonset. Ryan told me this old truck's name is Willow. So this is Willow. Then we have Leo. Leo is parked next to Frank. And Frank's next to Petey. Good job, boys. And girl. Next step is to get vehicles and trucks and combines and everything else in place. So we're taking the trucks to town. Right back to the field that we started in. Familiar knobs, familiar fields, but no more wheat. I know I'm silly. It's just all the last times that I think about, like last time I'm shutting this, last time I grabbed the radio, last time I put my water jug and everything else that I have in here. Last time I take it out, it's like almost a death in a way. Makes me sad. Have you figured that out yet? It makes me sad.